I'm live. Man, and I'm tired. There's nobody here yet. What a day. Yeah, I wanted to jump on and congratulate the Eddy Family Farm. Uh, 100,000. Uh, that tickles me, you know? It really does. All right, 100,000. Let's see. There's Neil. Hey, Neil. How we doing, buddy? And there's Peggy. I'm telling you, I feel like I won the lottery. I imagine how they feel. And Brandon still can't breathe. That was something else. Been watching it all day. Off and on. Look at it, you know. Well, God, what happened? Wait a minute. If my mind serves me right, they've lost 90. That was weird. Yeah, yeah, it was. Uh, yeah, Neil, I've been off and on. I've been a little busy. I got a video coming out. It's kind of long because it's 2 days. Uh, it's 2 days in it there. But I couldn't decide what to cut out, so I just said, oh well. I did cut some out of. Ah, there's Melinda. What's up? I have no audio. Can it, yep, I looked at it one time last night. It was a few hundred. It went backwards watching their count. Then it went up. Then it went back again. I think it was, and then I fell asleep. Uh, Melinda, uh, you hear me now? Testing 1, 2, 3. Hey, uh, we're talking about another YouTube channel that just hit the 100,000 mark just a little bit ago. Uh, it was awesome to watch. We watched it live. Uh, there's somebody we've been following. Just about everybody that's in the room here knows them and has been following them. It's the Eddy Family Farm. Uh, it's not. Yeah, yeah. We've been waiting on them to hit it for the past 24 hours. The numbers stop, then they start going again, then they go back a little, and then they go back again and lose a few, and then gain some, and yeah, yeah, me too, Neil. Uh, I'm not gonna show this, but let me see here. Uh, listen to the sound. There it is. 100,000 subscribers. Look at that, guys. 101. That is absolutely amazing. They sound excited, don't they? What a great feeling it is. Huh? You don't want to go down?
it's official. There we go. Does their reactions instead? Yeah! See whose reaction.
Oh, they got excited. I love it. But yeah, I get just as excited every time I hit the 100 mark on something on one of them. Uh, and I'm yeah, it's to them it's very important. Uh, man, I got a lot of emails, and if I know some of them's they're not here. I got to get this pulled back up so I can read y'all's comments. There we go. Yeah. Well, yeah, I saw the Eldridge go live, but I was already waiting for Brandon to log in. Yeah. Yeah.
Waiting for Brandon to
Oh, I gotta
log in.
cut the volume back down on this one now. But yeah. Let's see. But yeah. But I had a lot of emails, and 11 or 12, something like that. I guess they got my email off of one of my pages when I did put my email up there, and told me they'd went and joined throughout the past few weeks. Uh, and let's see, I got somebody left a comment when I wrote it down. Robert Cooper. I want to shout him out because he shouted me out in his comment. Said how much he enjoyed watching my lives or my videos. I'll send you an email, but I've been to today, and I've just been uh, I've been cutting tree limbs. I've been playing in stickers. I never got around to it. I'll send you an email and explain. Uh, Finding our way out. Yeah, at Gmail. Yeah. It was that was a lot of fun. I'm gonna tell you. I I mean I'm so happy for them that it was like I won the lottery. I can imagine winning the lottery, and I don't think I could have felt any more happier. Oh man, but yeah, Robert Cooper. Robert Cooper, thank you for the nice words that you left on my page. Uh, I'm glad you're enjoying it. Really. Of course, I always get them nice messages and replies and stuff from Neil and Peggy and Melinda. And, it's yeah, I don't thank y'all too. Not just for that, but you're always here. It's like you know, your family. People are starting to talk. Neil? Oh, man. Well, I gotta take this phone off of that and put it up here. There we go. Oh, I'm going to tell you the truth. Behind my camera on the table is a mess where I was eating. I was trying to eat and set this up to go live. I don't know. It was It was kind of, it was so exciting. And watching them, and I couldn't even eat. I kept running in there because I had them on the TV, and I kept running in there and where I could get a better, because I can't see that far that good, where I could get a better view. And they had their little picture down at the bottom, and I was trying to see the kid's face, wanting to see how Brandon acted when the number hit. And he was in shock. Let's face it, the man was in shock. Let's see. Yeah, I jumped on there too, Neil. I didn't know she was on there until you posted that you were going over there. I didn't get a notification. Uh, and I said, So I clicked and went to my thing there, and there it was. I thought she's probably done got off now. It's been 30 some minutes. So I clicked it, but she was still there. No, I'm on YouTube. Yeah. Is everything look normal like it normally does, or I mean, really on my end, that's I see my big head and everything. uh, oh man, look at that! I got me one. Hey, I got into action, didn't I? I got into the action. Let's see, somebody else was in there. Gibson. Hi, everyone. Hello there. For several hours. Huh. Well, I don't know what it is. Next time I go live, I'll go through StreamYard and we'll see if we have a better luck with it. Brian, see how Brian come in the room now? Called us all young. Brian, nobody's gonna knock you out. Uh, how do you make your lives? Well, thank you, but you get so many subscribers, and once you reach that point, they let you start going live. You done got trigger shy. You ain't gonna mess with them. It's like Meg's little house in the country. YouTube is now doing. Yes, that won't let me turn it but one way. I used to be able to do it the other direction, but I can't do it but one way now. That could have something to do with it. Uh, All right, Brian. Uh, that's I'm not no carny. I don't know where you come up with that. I'm not a carnival guy. There's no carnival. Yeah, riding is a trip. My daughter does pony rides, and she goes to events and does pony rides. She does birthday parties and riding lessons and all that. And uh, I go run the front desk at the big events. If he does, I'm gonna give you the privilege. And yeah, yeah, I have a hard time scaring them though. Uh, I always wear my hat to where it covers my face and it don't, that way they don't get scared. I'll tell you what, the cutest thing I ever seen was we did over at the Methodist Church. I don't know if I ever told you about it or not, Brian, if you heard me talk about it. But I was there. I wasn't really doing a lot of YouTube then. I was doing most of it was on Facebook. And I don't know if you saw me on Life in Walker County or if it was under random things I do. But he pushes me around. Uh, but I was standing there at the desk, and this little feller, I don't know, maybe 10, 11 years old, from 11, or he couldn't have been more than 12. Uh, and he come up to me and he goes, something about my hat. And I thought, what? Uh, my hat. I said that I thought he was asking for the hat. And I said, that's my that's my hat, buddy. He goes, yeah, I know. I want you to put it on. I'm like, what a request. And I said, well, okay, well, make little boy happy. I'll put my hat on. And I put it on, and he goes, oh, yeah. Yeah, I've been wanting to meet you. You're that guy on Facebook, YouTube. I don't remember which one he said. Uh, I've been wanting to meet you. And I turned and looked around, and his daddy was standing over there smiling from ear to ear. He was just tickled to death. Uh, so I got a local fan. Melinda says I can get him now. Yeah, I thought it was. I didn't understand what I thought he was wanting my hat. I really did. And I was like, because we got little cowboy hats for sale, but he was pointing at my hat, and I'm like, oh, that's my personal hat. That's my hat. He goes, yeah, I want you to put it on, and I put it on. He goes, yes, it's you. I thought it was cool, and I thought, dang, I'm getting famous and I ain't even got no subscribers. Oh, uh, whew. I'll tell you what, I always talk about smiling, but you can over smile. I, ever since I think he was at 99.8 something. I think 99.8. I I've been waiting and smiling and yeah. Hell, I'll never see that. I'll never get there. I'll be happy if I get to my 1,000 to see if it opens up some other things that I can do with the page. You know, that's what it seems like. The that seems to be the big number. Oh, but right now I'm just shooting for 500. Oh well, shotgun a beer. I don't think so since I don't drink. Uh, somebody got that. Jake the Snake Roberts. What's up? How are you doing? I'm doing pretty good, buddy. And do you, do you know the Hulkster? I might be missing something. Y'all have to forgive me. You might if you have to type your message twice. Sometimes I'm having a hard time seeing them tonight. Yes, you do. Yes, I do. Well, yeah, I know him too. Uh, I know his son also. Anyway. All right, she's back in the game now. Something about Melinda's typing. It is, I can see it really, really good. Uh, your fourth live of the day. I had that problem a few days ago. I think I saw more than four in a day. I mean, I was like one right after the other. I forget what day it was, but a week or so ago, I was going from one live to the next. All right, now we got to work on our way out. Can we get them to? Can we get them to 100,000 before they change the name? And looks like then I have to park it out in the driveway every once in a while. 8. My 8th. You had 8 lives today. Now I've never done 8. I think I might have done more than 4 of them. Not just a week or so ago. Been watching everyone's video today. Name change is coming too soon. Well, if they join as under our way out, they will automatically switch with you anyway. So, hey, until it happens, our way out is the way our way out. But their way out is to another name. So I tell people, go ahead and click now. Click now. That way you won't have to hunt for them. You'll switch right over with them. Hello, Circle In Stables. Anybody have any idea who that might be? I was on a Ace Fly channel, and the elders double screen. Right live. And well, my long video for the day just uploaded. It just gave me a notice that it uploaded. I put it in. Oh, it's the Walgreen lady. Oh, I was watching a trial today, And in the trial, they played a video of what happened. You know, when the lady got arrested, and that part of the evidence was a video of where she got arrested at. And they asked her, "Where were you at before you got here?" And she said, "I was at Walgreens." I said, "Ask." I'm sitting there going, pointing at the TV, going, "Ask her if she saw Christina." Just yeah, I came in. I'm in the middle of a court case right now, watching that I've kind of stopped it and was just uploading it and letting it load so I could finish watching it. It was a live one, and I didn't want to have to hunt it through somebody else. But yeah, there's a. And he says, "Where were you at before you were here?" "I was at Walgreens." She was drunk. "I spent $270 something." And one of the cops is looking through her window, and he could see the receipt apparently in the car, because he goes, $272.52. I mean, he named it right to the penny. And she laughed. "Huh? Yeah, that's right." You might have. I think she hits Walgreens. If there's a Walgreens, she's probably been there. I don't know. I'll do if 3 channels went live at the same time. My TV, laptop, phone, all going at the same time. Well, I would just have to run from room to room. I mean, I could put it on my tablet, my computer, my laptop, 2 phones, and 3 TVs. One on the porch, one in the bedroom, and one in the living room. I just had to go from room to room to watch each one of to keep track of what's going on. Oh yeah. I'm glad y'all could be there to see that. I still love to hear the hollering. I still love to hear them holler. They got excited. I mean to tell you. Oops. Uh-oh. I'm wanting to play with the volume.
Uh-oh.
There you go. Listen.
There it is! 100,000 subscribers. Look at that, guys. 101. That is absolutely amazing.
Just a good sound, ain't it? Oh man. Go back and forth, Neil. See there? That saves a lot of running around from room to room, don't it? Oh man. You running food again? What are you doing it on a bicycle now, since the car's no longer in operation? Uh, yeah.
Big time local pepper.
Alright, I gotta get the volume down on this one again. Oh, minivan. Oh. I'll spend $25. Well, you go right over there and order something from a YouTuber that has something for sale. Because I don't want your money. The full moon must be here. Oh, Peggy's back in action then too. Yeah. Hi, Tina. Good to have you. All right, let me get in on it a little bit. Yep. Well, I knew. I don't know. I mean, I really don't know. But I don't know if y'all was or are as excited as I am for them. I mean, that's why I come on. I thought, wow, I gotta get rid of some of this energy. I gotta be happy for a few minutes. Pink, pink. Hope you're having a good day too. Uh, Tina's here. Yeah. I mean, I would, boy. I mean, I was just like, it reminded me of one of those big, you know, world events. It's raining. Yeah, I hear you, Neil. That was I didn't. I woke up every time I woke up. Even after I went to sleep, when I woke up, I'd look and try to focus and say, "What's the number?" Because you can't see the last two numbers, you know. Uh, but no, not there yet. Yeah, yeah. Me too, Tina. Yeah, that's what it took. It took them a lot of hard work, and I mean, they worked hard on making them videos in the midst of working hard on making a road just to get in on that, that place all growed up like that and everything. Get in on that piece of property. Uh, that I took a lot of dedication, a lot of work, and they deserve it. Yeah. Well, they went viral with a few videos there. That turkey is what helped them out. Something about them turkeys. No, but I bet you some people they'll will give them some recognition uh, and congratulate them while they're there. That's I don't you know uh, they'll be YouTube will be mailing them their what you call it thing, their plaque. Okay, Tina, we'll see you. If we're still here, we'll see you. If not, God bless. We'll see you next time. But maybe I'll still be here. What did I used to do for a living? Well, I was an entrepreneur. I did a little bit of everything. Uh, I've had gas stations, car lots, but the number one thing that I love doing and probably did it more in the midst of the car lots even, I was a truck driver. All right, Ryan. Good night. God bless, brother. We love you too, brother. You have a good night. Hope everybody's doing okay. Hey, is that young man? Is that young man of yours sore after his little episode? Uh, I don't know if he heard me or if he hit the button already. But his son had a little boo boo, and he was okay, but the car wasn't. Let's put it that way. And yeah, totaled the car, but nobody else was involved in it. It was just one of them freak accidents. Luckily, no property damage nowhere. Yeah, Neil, Neil's gonna leave the channel and go hunt them down. He jumped the car like Dukes of Hazzard. Yeah. Is he sore? Did he have a seatbelt on? Did he get, or the impact alone probably made him sore. I'm just wondering if he was. I was just wondering if he was moaning and groaning. One time I was coming across some country roads, and it was nighttime, and I was going from one interstate to another. I was traveling west, and the two interstates went north and south, and I was over here on this one and wanted to be over here on this one, and I didn't want to take the interstate and go all the way around and down there to a town and cut back around. I took a shortcut. I'm going through the country, and it was dark, and I had a low boy flatbed trailer behind me. The back end of it was real low to the ground. Yep, he's sore. I figured he had the belt on, but I come across there, and way back behind me, these country roads, it was some curves in them, and not bad, but there was some curves here and there. But the road wasn't level. You'd hit these little hills, and I come down through there, and all of a sudden, this car had been behind me, but he wasn't close to me. I'd see his headlights hit one of the hills once in a while, back down the road. And I come across this one hill and come down and started leveling off. And just as I was leveling off, 3 horses ran down. The banks were fogged in, ran down off the bank right in front of me. Well, I grabbed the horn and I grabbed the brake, and they all turned and went running westbound the direction I was traveling, except for one. Now, he was coming across this way from the passenger side, and his left eye he was blind in his left eye. So he didn't see the lights. He didn't see me. And but I wasn't going that fast to start with. I wasn't doing about 45. And of course I locked it down when they came out in front of me. And but he did realize there was, noise in front of him, and he was trying to turn, but the other ones, they were, they saw me. They took off running right off the first bat. And but I clipped him in the back left hip, cracked some fiberglass on the truck around the light. But he wasn't hurt that bad. But I hit my four ways and everything, and he walked off. He started walking down, and I'd hit my four ways, and about the time my four ways had been probably blanked about a half a dozen times, here come that car that I had been seeing back behind me some ways. He didn't realize that I had come to a stop. And he come down and he hit the back of my truck, and with that trailer, back end of that trailer was like this. You could drive equipment up on it without any ramps, really. He hit that trailer, and he actually come up onto the trailer and veered off to the right towards the bank on the right hand side of the road and come to a stop. Well, I jumped out, went over there to him, and he was okay. I said, wow, and then we were standing there talking, and we didn't have no phones back then. I got on the CB radio and got on channel 9, and I got a hold of somebody with a home CB unit, and was telling them where I was located, and telling them we needed an officer out there. And I went up to the top of the hill and threw a flare up there, so nobody else come over that hill and come down through there and hit the back of my truck. And that tablet's keyboard getting the best of you. And so while we're waiting, somebody said, "Oh, I know where you're at. You're such and such." I said, "Buddy, I don't know. It's farmland. It's just farmland. It's just farmland. That's there's to it." But I told him the last thing I remembered that I could place in my head that I knew we had passed. "I think I know about where you're at. We send them right out there." "All right, we'll be waiting." And all of a sudden, on down the road in the fog, in front of us was a curve coming up. And we heard this, and it was a guy on a motorcycle. Luckily, he didn't hit no horse, but he almost hit that horse. And he come up and he goes, "There's a horse in the road." I said, "Is he in the road?" "Yeah." I said, "Okay. How many did you see?" "Just one." So we go down there, and it's the one that I had clipped with the corner of my truck, and had flashlight and looked him over. I grabbed him up under the chin and started walking him, trying to get him to walk with me, and he wasn't limping or nothing. I said, "I just brushed him, so he just broke some skin. He's okay." And we went ahead and run him up into a field on the opposite side of the road, and he disappeared. He run into the fog up through there and disappeared. I said, "Well, maybe that's taken care of." So we walked back up to my truck. Now, while we're walking back up there, a policeman pulled up and came on top of that hill, and he's where my flare is, and he's got his lights turning, and he walked down to where we were at, and he said, "They're going to write the guy a ticket for following me too close." And I'm like, "No, you're not. He wasn't following me too close. It's just foggy out here, and he didn't realize that I had to stop because of the horse." and he run into the back of me. And he didn't even put a brake on. He didn't. I mean, he was on me before he knew it. Luckily, he wasn't. If he'd been doing a high rate of speed, which he wasn't because of the time it took him to hit me, but it tore his car, totaled his car. And well, the cop says, I need your insurance, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Well, I'm going, well, can we find out whose horses these are running loose? There's 3 of them. We just run one up in this field over here. We need to find out, because they're liable if their horses are running loose at night. And they're going to have to pay for that man's car. I got very little. I got a crack in fiberglass. I mean, nothing serious. And the cop's kind of brushing it off, you know. He's kind of like, oh, yeah, well, we'll see what we can do. Well, yeah, okay. And he takes off walking back to his car with our information to go sit down in his car and write the report. And all of a sudden, again, we hear all kinds of brakes. I mean, somebody has locked the car down. And we heard this big bang, boom, bam, crash, crunch. Oh no. And then we heard this voice out in the dark say some dirty words. Whose horse is this? Oh no. The horse has come back out into the road. So we go down there. And this, there was no reason. Now he was traveling at a high rate of speed. There was no reason. I mean, the accident had been 30 minutes old. There's a cop there already. But he was coming east, the opposite direction. And he come around that curve, and that horse wandered back out there, and he hit that horse. That horse went up on the hood of his car, broke his windshield, went up on top of his car, took his lights out, and the lights, I guess, or whatever, but it threw it off onto the driver's side of the car. At this point, there's no hope for the horse, unfortunately. The horse is hurt bad. The horse is mangled. But he's still alive. And I said, somebody needs to put the horse out of misery. And they're going, oh, I don't know if we can, I don't know about trying to. Yeah, I hear you. And, well, they're trying to decide whether they're going to put the horse out of his misery. I said, look, if you don't, I can. They were worried about them being officers, whether they could discharge. And I said, well, I can do it. And, oh, no, wait a minute. Wait a minute. And, yeah, we'll do it. Okay. So they did. And the record driver that came to get the guy's car, because I drive away from the scene, they pulled the wrecker and moved the horse off the road. Well, at this point, I'm not worried about whether or not they're going to find out who belongs, who these horses belong to, because we've got a brand new police car. Messed up bad. The hood's crushed into the motor. The windshield's busted all out. The new lights on top. It was a brand new car. I thought, oh, I ain't gonna ask no more questions about who it is. Well, I come on home that night, and it wasn't but about 2.5 hour drive away. And the next morning, I got up. About noon, I headed. I got down there about noon. About noon, I got down there. I left probably about 10 o'clock in the morning to go back down there. I went back down there in a car. And the guy who run into the back of me had given me his name and his address and everything. And well, the first place I went was the police station and county station, there. And I went in and told the receptionist there, I said, I wanted to get a report if it's ready for the accident last night that involved some horses. She goes, oh. I said, I want to try to locate who owned the horses. And she goes, oh, yeah, was that you? I said, yeah, me and the fellow that lost his car. And uh, they, she goes, well, the chief and somebody else, they're at his house now talking with him. And she goes, she gave me she had the man's phone number already. It owned the horses. I mean, she had everything. She gave it to me, and I went on over to where the guy lived that run into the back of me, and well, I asked him. I said, "You okay? You feel all right today? Are you sore?" He goes, "I'm not too bad. A little bit of soreness." He said, "The worst part of it is the seat belt." And I said, "What was that?" And he says, "Look at this." And he took his he took his shirt off, and he's got he's got his seat belt this way and across this way. His whole entire seat belt print is on his body. Uh, I thought, whoa, that was a hard impact. Well, I mean, he hit the trailer. He went up on the trailer. He went off and he come down on that embankment over there. I mean, he wasn't sitting level when he come to a stop. But yeah, it looked like he was still wearing a seatbelt. It bruised him. Well, we got on the phone and we called I told him, I said, I've got the guy's phone number and everything. Let's see what we can do about our damage. And I had just got a similar, another truck was backing up at a truck stop and had backed into the corner of my truck, and it was almost similar to the same kind of accident. And I had already, knew how much that cost to fix that. And so I got the guy on the phone, and he goes, "Well, it's not my responsibility." I said, "Buddy, I'm afraid it is, and we'll have to. I guess we'll have to file a suit against you." Well, now wait a minute. Here, let me just give you my homeowner's insurance, and y'all call them first and talk with them and see what they say. And of course, that settled it. The homeowners. I told the guy when I called him, I said, "Well, my damage is about X amount of dollars based on another where somebody done similar to the same thing to my truck in a parking lot on the other side." I guess they were just trying to even out the size. And I said, "No, mine's not no big deal, but the fella I'm getting ready to let you talk to, his car got totaled." "Oh, whoa. Oh, totaled." Yeah, I said, "Here, let me just talk to him." So I gave him the phone, and he gave me his name and all that stuff, and told him, they asked him questions like how much he paid for it, if it was paid for, and all that stuff, and got that. And the last time I talked to him, I called him one day to see if they had settled with him, and they had. They had mailed me a check too. So the only thing that come out bad, I guess, the police car, I'm sure, got fixed or replaced. But the horse just, there wasn't no need for that horse to get hit like that. There wasn't no need for, we could hear the car engine before the impact, and everything. We could hear somebody's flying, and sure enough, bam, 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 bam. Whose horse is this? But yeah, I'll never forget that. The other side of the truck got hit up in Virginia at the truck stop. And this truck driver was trying to get into a parking place on the front row. and I was on the next row, second row back, and the tail end of his trailer come up on my truck, hit the side corner of my truck, and I was inside taking a shower. Well, I come out and I looked and I saw my hood was kind of like a little lopsided. I walked over and I'm like, oh man. And I looked around and I said, somebody trying to get in the parking place here. So I went and looked at the, no, I was in the truck stop, Neil. And they have showers in the truck stops. And I was trying to see if I could find my paint on somebody's trailer. I figured out what had happened. Couldn't find no paint on nobody. Well, let me make a report for my insurance. And I went inside and I thought, well, wait a minute. I was in the shower. They might have come in here and paged me. So I went to the front desk. Oh, Melinda, good night. God bless. Oh, she can't hear. She's freezing up. She must be having internet problems. Oh, you're back. Welcome back. And so I went up to the front desk and I asked them, I said, did anybody page, I had my name on the side of the truck, you know. Did anybody page A.D. Herndon Truck Leasing? Or my truck number or anything? Nope. Let me check with them. Nope. I said, okay. Oh well. So I called the state police and they came out to do a report, or they were on their way out to do a report. And well, yeah, they were there. I waited out up front at the front door till they pulled in. And he says, hop in the car here and we'll ride around there where your truck is. And so I jumped in the passenger side there in the front and we rode around there where my truck was, and we're sitting, my truck's like this and we're sitting this way in front of my truck. And officer's closest to the truck at this point. He's looking out the window and talking about how much damage he thought it was. And I said, well, at that point I had no idea. I said, I don't know. I said, I'll be able to tape it up, but it'll have to be refiberglassed and everything. So I'll just have to get an estimate on it. Well, while he's doing the report, some guy walks up to on the driver's side of the police car and goes, another driver just a few trucks up. He says, did that guy come in and get in touch with you to hit your truck? I said, no, he didn't. I said, I've asked in there. They said nobody come in there at all. He says, well, he hit you twice. And go ahead. And he says, he got out and walked back here and looked at what he did. And he went ahead and pulled on up and pulled into that parking space right there. He says, I didn't see him leave, but that's not his trailer. I said, well, I figured out what had happened, but I didn't see no paint on it. He says, yeah. He says, he must have pulled back out. He says, but that's where he parked at right there. Well, he did. He thought about it, I guess, and then decided just to leave the scene, you know. Well, I told the old boy, I said, thank you very much. So I called his company, talked to his safety director, and basically told him what the state trooper told me. It was a hit and run, and if he didn't settle it, let him know, because they put a pickup on his truck. So whether he was driving it or somebody else was driving it, the state police would be stopping him. We knew who he was. We had a description of him and everything. Uh, the safety director said, well, give me time to get in touch with him and call me, like tomorrow evening maybe. Because I said, give me a couple of days is what he said. I said, no, don't y'all have a policy? Don't all your drivers do a check-in? Yeah. I said, okay, I'll call you back tomorrow afternoon. I said, I need to know whether to have the state trooper put a bulletin out for him. And, well, the next day, get some estimates and send them to us. He says he don't believe he hit you, but he may have. Yeah, okay, gotcha. Yeah, no problem. Yeah. Well, this next little house, I'm going to be heading off to bed soon. Getting pretty late for me, and yeah. Well, I'm glad you made it in, and Melinda, she's gone now, right? Oh man. God bless and have a wonderful evening. A black cow? Well, thank goodness for that. You didn't hit it. Yeah, but I couldn't afford to retire neither. But I didn't have no choice. I got pushed into it. But yeah, how did I ever get started on all these truck stories anyway? I don't even know. Yeah, I put reflector tape down both sides of them. That way when my flashlight hit them or something, they'd shine. Or the moonlight would make them sparkle. Yeah, it does make sense. Is all right. Don't let nobody come in the room. Or I I looked at the statistics of how many people watch my lives after they're over, and I was shocked at how many people would sit there and watch for 2 hours plus on some of them. Little red and green lights. Yeah, that'd be a good idea, wouldn't it? And they would actually watch, the whole thing. Uh, you look at those statistics very often. Our way out. Uh, I was shocked. So if you didn't make the live and you're watching this video now, you need to go subscribe to Our Way Out. And wouldn't want to be feeding the wrong end. Oh, they went to bed. Doggone it, I missed it. Oh yeah. Sometimes. Yeah, I mean, I see where some of my videos it tells, how long they watched this or that and other. But I was really surprised about some of the lives. Uh, Somebody even commented, I did not see in the live Uh, I don't know. Do any of y'all remember the name Robert Cooper? It seemed like I believe he watched it after it was over with, but I don't remember seeing the name in there. Of course, it could have been. But yeah, he. Uh, I was really surprised. So over 600 people on a couple of different ones watched them afterwards. I don't remember the name. Yeah, I don't either. Uh, so apparently he's watched the whole thing uh, after it was over with. Just uh, so one of his favorite people to watch. I was like, 2 hours or something. I, I don't even like to. I have a hard time looking in the mirror for 5 minutes, much less to watch 2 hours. I didn't remember the name. I didn't remember speaking to him or anything. Yeah, our way out zaps them faster than they can come in, don't he? I mean, we forgot who Brian was, just like dip. That's what I want to do to Brian every time I see him. I want to go, well, I'm getting ready to make a phone call. I want to call our way out. You better hush. Yeah. Neil's. Yeah. Uh, yeah, Neil, you never can tell. He does have a trigger finger. Kevin, our way out, you're being called. You're, you're getting double dog dared. Oh, man. We can't do that to Neil. You know, it's like that in that movie, a Christmas movie. And it wasn't in a Christmas movie where the little boy sticks his tongue on a pole and all that stuff. I'll tell you, yeah, that was a good old movie. He's already tried to nail you. He's already tried to get you, Neil. I got you protected with a wrench. Yeah, Christmas Story. Yeah. Yeah. I'd still like to have that lamp. I'd put it in my living room window. Yeah, give it to Jerry. Send it up. I'll send it up there and tell him you got to lay this out in the yard and video it with the turkey walking around it. Uh, well, we got the plastic, not the ground covering, pulled back. I should say Scott did. And instead of running the tractor through there, just he tilled, just used a tiller and tilled the row. And he got his poop spreaded out on top of it. So he just had to till it one more time now and mix it all in before we plant that row. That was better than pulling everything up. That was a good idea. Cause see, we don't. Excuse me. We don't plant through the plastic. We don't poke holes in the ground cover. We lay the ground cover, leaving the space for the rows. It just, everything in between each rows up to the row is covered and nothing grows there. So all we have to do is work the plants down through there. It makes it a whole lot easier. So now the next row, we'll pull it this side back and this side back, and open that row up and run the tiller down it. And then Scott can spread some more of his $1 a bag. People, they're so sad. Peggy's on the case. Well, we got the cold weather plants in up at the store. They're up there now. Cabbage and stuff like that. That could be planted. And that stuff will be going on the side, down the sides of the high tunnel, because the main rows are going to get tomato plants. We can plant 350 tomato plants in there. That's all. Neil reported. I missed it. 350 tomato plants can go in that high tunnel. That's correct. 350. 350. Give or take, depending on if we don't plant them exactly the same distance apart, it could be 5 or 6 either direction. But we've had 350 in there. And we could probably get 355 or, 345, but depending on how we plant the rows. But yeah. Well, the what goes in the high tunnel will be planted early. They pretty close, right behind each other, right there together. Outside in the garden, we wait a few weeks and have planted out there. I don't think we're going to plant as much this year. Scott's not in much better shape than I am. If I always say he's in worse shape than I am, he just somehow keeps on going. But he can bend over where I can't bend over. But yeah, I said I wanted to try to use the battery generator today, and while I was down there, he come in. Yeah, he does got plenty of energy, Neil. Yeah, he come in while I was down there and Next thing I know, here he come pulling the wagon. He had the battery generator, uh, the Patriot and everything. It didn't work. They just used it when we had a power outage uh, in the house. Yeah, but I couldn't get it to work. He was going to look at it and try to figure out what was wrong. Cause it's not. It's got a key in the back. You turn the key on, and to turn the key on, you hear it come on and everything. Then you got to flip the switch for the 12 volt, or whatever you're going to use. And I did that, and the little green light come on. I should have had power, but I didn't. And I didn't know. I thought maybe it was the extension cord, or maybe it's the trimmer itself. I didn't know. So when I pulled back up here, I went to the barn, and then I pulled back up here to unload it. Before I did, let me plug it. I unplugged the camper, and I plugged it into that extension cord, and it worked. So there was nothing wrong with the extension cord, and there was nothing wrong with the trimmer. I wasn't getting power from it. So, yeah, but he done wheelbarrowed it all, trailer pulled it all down there to me and set it on the back of my truck. Couldn't ask for better people, though. You'll hear me kind of talking in my video a little bit about people saying you shouldn't do that. You need to quit. You've done enough of that. That is, I don't know if I explained it right or not. It just come into my mind and it just was bothering me. Like my doctor says, you're a grown man. Do what you want. If you don't know when to stop, that's your problem. I agree, 100%. I just, I know I get carried away sometimes and I pay for it, but hey, that's okay. 2 or 3 days later, I'll be back at it again. Somebody said I need to quit doing everything, and I was like, what? I know. You might as well go ahead and dig me a hole if I quit everything. And if I do just what people want me to do, or what they think I should do, I'd be in the same boat. I got to go based on what I think I can do. I've had pretty good 2 or 3 days, really. Yeah. Well, my doctor asked me what bothered me the most, and I said, well, it's not nothing about me. It's about other people. They won't leave me alone. They tell me, slow down. Don't you think you done enough for today? And I think I said in the video, I know it's out of concern. I know they know that, they know me. They know what I should be doing and shouldn't be doing. But I'm not going to. Gracie, hello. And glad you stopped by. But I got to do things on my own terms. Yeah. Well, some things they could be right about, you never know. You know, Yeah, I hear you, Neil. Saltwater bath. Yeah. Uh, well, I mean, I don't think I've kept it any secret. Everybody uh, knows about my tumor and about the uh, problems that it's causing and I'm having from them. And but hey, yeah. Uh, and Scott was talking this evening on the way back from the high tunnel. Uh, I walked off without my cane, and I almost fell. And just as soon as I did, I'm like, I left my cane. He, I'll get it for you. I'll get it for you. I don't want you to go over that hill again. I'll get it, Scott. No, I'll get it for you. And he goes and gets it. I can walk without it, but the truth of the matter is, it saved me from falling hundreds of times. Uh, I just had to put a new tip on the end of the one that I use. Uh, I've got this old one. It belonged to. I never thought I'd use it, but it belonged to my dad, and I like to use it. Uh, my son bought me one of them lightweight metal ones. No, I don't like it. But he bought it because he said this old cane was embarrassing for me to be seen with it when he was out with me. And I'm like, what? Don't you talk like that about my daddy's cane. He said, well, it was probably a pretty cane at one time, but it ain't no more. Yep, they do, but I can't use one. I might as well fall down. uh, I really don't need it to walk. I need it to balance. Uh, and I I have a lot of swimming activity and stuff that literally, I had to stop for a second sometimes and just wait for it. But if I didn't have the cane to lean on or to balance myself with, I'd go down. And it's not 24/7. It's just, the only time so far that I have fallen is when I have got overconfident. Uh, I wanted to dump some scraps out across the fence for the chickens one night, and I got to the door and I had a pot. I needed both hands because the arthritis in my hands are so bad that now today I'll pay tomorrow for what I did today, at least in the morning. But I wanted to dump them scraps, and I didn't want them to sit here all night. And I went out the door and I thought, I'll be all right. I ain't had no problems. I ain't had no problems today for the most part. I'll be all right. I feel okay at the moment. And I headed down the back steps. Yeah, overconfident. Not being prepared. And I fell down the steps. And they're wooden. And I skinned my arm. I took the meat and slid where my arm slid down the edge of the porch, the wood, and just peeled the skin right up my arm. And well, I ain't gonna say I haven't been, but it's been very few times that I've went down those steps, up and down them since. I have went up them a few times, but I don't go out there unprepared anymore. But I made it to the bottom, and I got the pot dump. I got the scraps dumped out. You know, okay. I didn't make it to the bottom the way I wanted to, and I didn't get the scraps dumped where I wanted them dumped. But I got the job done. That's right, mission accomplished. And when I was able to get up off the ground, I made it back in the house and washed the pot after I took care of my arm. Uh, what gang you belong? Let me tell him this. There you go. Somebody answered it for me. I'm part of the gang of forever life. God's gang. Yep. I like the way Peggy answered that. But yeah. I could lose the war, but I'll never lose the battle. All right, I got that backwards maybe. I got to lose the battle, but I'll never. But I've had a lot of some other issues popping up here lately, and I talked to my doctor the other day, and yeah, I didn't like what she told me, but anyway, some people overreact, you know, get carried away, and I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but the last thing I know I want is to be laying in bed and somebody sitting there squalling over top of me. I don't. I just don't. I don't. I don't intend on experiencing that. And I feel the same way about fussing over me. You know, I know it's out of love and caring and all that kind of stuff, but you know, ask me how I'm doing and let me tell you, and leave it at that. I was told, when I told somebody that one day, they said, but you always say you're okay. Have I ever been to Memphis? Bunches of times. I'm an old truck driver. Been to Memphis a whole bunch of times. Well, ain't nothing wrong. Ain't nothing wrong with that, Peggy. Oh, okay. Oh man. Well, I got scratches on my legs. Oh, them old stickers went right through my britches legs. No, I wasn't. I was an owner operator. I own my own trucks. Uh, if you worked for me, you didn't work for no Teamster. We made money. fact, I still own the name of the truck. I still own the name. I've still got rights on the name of the company. It was my initials and my last name. So, I can haul something for you in my pickup and write you a receipt. A legal receipt. Did I kill? Well, if I did, I'd be a millionaire today because I could tell you where the body is. And Christina's back on the scene. No, I didn't pay nobody nothing except for somebody I'd agreed to pay. If I told you I'd pay you, that's what I paid you. And I was a private contractor. And I'd have never got the government contract that I had out of Fort Gillem and run all them military bases if I had been a union or in the Teamsters or a union or something. And it paid better. Here comes the rain again. I mean, not that I don't want the rain. I just need enough dry days in a row to get something done and completed. I mean, this rain, you're not gonna run a tractor through the garden tomorrow. I gotta look now. See, now they're saying it's about a week. About a week of no rain after today again. But the rain for today wasn't in the forecast the other day. It just made its way to the scene. Scott has seen a weather report since I had, and when I went out and the wind was blowing, and I could tell it seemed like it was going to rain. And, uh-oh. There we go. I've been cleaning out my garage. Yeah, well, if I didn't want to work on that tree row some more, if I wasn't hoping that Scott could get the garden turned, well, good. Maybe you can get something done. Don't put it off too long, because it'll rain. Four-wheel drive pony. Hey, let me tell you, she's done some pony rides, and who was it, Christina, that was walking ponies with you that year? Where y'all was knee deep in mud and still walking ponies. Ashley, yeah, boy, they were knee deep. Not only was it muddy, but then you got the horses going around and around and around in the same place. She was definitely squeaky. You know, Uh, she had this brown stuff squirting out from under her shoes, even when she walked out of there. Old brown mud. Well, the only person that was happy was the person who cleans up on aisle 3. You couldn't find it. No, I'm sure it wasn't all mud because you couldn't find what the horses left behind. See, every time the horses would make a mess in the ring, Brian sits back in the back there, and and I would holler, "Clean up on all 3," just like in Walmart, you know. And here come Brian with his little shovel and little scoop thing. Clean up on aisle 2. Was that over there? Was that over there at the, what you call it? Was that the same place? No, that wasn't it, was it? Was it Audubon? Okay. I'm thinking it was somewhere else. Well, yeah. Year before last, yeah. I know it'd been a year or two. No, it wasn't this past year. Yeah. Yeah. Christina likes to tell the story about me going to get my coat all the time. It wasn't cold when I walked out of the camper and went down to the ring. But yeah, Brian went to get hay, and I think it was probably the first year we were at Audubon. They're sending me to my Walgreens. Well, at least you're happy. And Brian came back with the hay, and you come into the place, the road goes into a parking lot, or it takes a road that goes back to where all the activities are. And he was going to drive back and bring the straw down. And they put some lady out there on the roadway and told her not to let nobody drive through here. Well, you know, some people take their job too serious. They're talking about people who come to the Audubon, you know, to visit, to participate, not the working vehicles. But she got on the Brian so bad. I don't care, ain't nobody coming through here. Scared Brian a little bit. Brian went and parked in the regular parking lot, got the little trailer out and loaded up a couple of bales on it, and was pulling it all the way across the road tracks, down the road and down the field, down to where we were at. And why didn't you come down? Why didn't you drive down here? Well, that lady up there, she got all over me. He wasn't going to argue with this woman. This woman put the law down to him. But, yeah, we had rain. It was cold. And I'll go ahead and tell Christina's little story. No, I'm not. No. She'd tell you another time herself. Oh. She enjoys telling that story about me going to get my jacket. And that way I leave her something to talk about. Of course, that's never been a problem with her anyway. She's always got something to talk about. I don't know if she's still there or not. She might have done dropped her phone and stepped on it 3 times, trying to mash the gas pedal real hard and fast because of the fact she found out she was on my way to Walgreens. She might not even be here no more. Look, she, look, I just come on just for a little while. I didn't mean to even stay this long. It's been about an hour and a half now. There's Robert Cooper. Hey, you made it just in time. You're right, Peggy. I said earlier, Robert, that I thanked you for a nice comment you left on the page. I was telling people about it earlier. Yeah, if she gets in Walgreens, she won't make no money tonight. She'll get in Walgreens, she'll owe the Uber people or whatever, whoever the food or Uber, whatever it is, she'll owe them money. Our way out. Hey, Robert. And, that's, well, I done messed around here, and I bet you the girls were up when I first come on, and I didn't get to say hi to them. Thumbs up will be throwing rocks at me. She'll be giving me thumbs down. My only hope is they were already in bed back when I started. Y'all, hit the thumbs up. She, yeah, I nicknamed her Thumbs Up. I had no intention of nicknaming her that, and then turn around and say hit the thumbs up. Yeah, good. Well, you can tell them I wanted to say hi, but they were in bed. Yep. But the first time, I think it was the first time, or maybe the first time I saw them on there was, I can't remember now. But anyway, this one certain time that they were live, she was thumbing it, boy. I mean, she was like, yep, yep. Yeah, she is. She's full of personality. And she Daddy better watch out. She's gonna be a handful when she gets older because she's gonna want it to do everything you can think of to do. Maverick. Did you see the is it Maverick? Now y'all gonna I'm no good with names. It's not Maverick. Their oldest boy. Ride that motorcycle. Maverick, ain't it? Tina's back. Well, Tina, I'm getting ready to get out of here because it is Maverick, ain't it? I, boy, they got three of them. I mean, yeah, did you see him ride his motorcycle? Where's Daddy rigged him up a battery pack to make it work for him? I'm out there riding it in the yard the other day. But I'm gonna say this before I leave. Once again, I want to congratulate one of the sweetest families on YouTube. What was her name again? The Eddy family. On their milestone that they reached tonight, and I look forward to seeing that plaque when they display it. And they might not see it for 6 months. And I want to remind everybody to go over and click the subscribe button on Our Way Out. We've got to get them up there now. That we're going to make a focus of them to get Our Way Out. I know they're going to change their name, but if you go over there now, you'll automatically change with it. You'll know who it is. Yeah, then he got back to the end. And but you know, you'll click that button if you go over there and watch some of his old videos. Some of them with the kids in there, and he's going to have to get to work on making more videos too. Hint, hint. And so I'm looking to see their numbers go flying up. So if you see their name at the bottom of my page when I post something or anything, that's just it's just me promoting a good YouTube channel with good people. So yeah, you have to learn the names again. Thumbs up and quiet. Yeah, the only thing is about Our Way Out, when they come on here, sometimes I don't know if it's him or if it's his wife. Same way with Brandon. They do sometimes use, sometimes I think she's gotten out of where she more logs in her name. And I don't know who I'm talking to, so I don't know. I just say, call them by their channel name. After all, that's what we want to get out there. We want their channel names to get out there. We want people to go click that subscribe, ring that bell, hit that all, so you don't miss nothing. Anyway, I'm gonna leave you with this. Like I always say, keep on smiling. God bless. Remember, Jesus loves you. And don't stop smiling, because you got so much to smile about. If you don't think so, just walk outside and look around. I'll have a great day, great tomorrow. Good night, Robert. Good night, Neil. And I'm gonna be gone. Where's that button at? I always have a hard time finding it. Good night, y'all. All right, I gotta hit something else now. I gotta hit.